Coming up on the newest edition of Theme Park Newsroom, we'll be sharing the latest construction and all the details around Valgard, Realm of the Vikings, opening in 2026 at Paultons Park, checking out the latest construction on site from the new record-breaking dive coaster coming to Six Flags Over Texas next year, and we'll also be sharing the brand new closing date for an iconic roller coaster over in Florida. It's Thursday the 5th of June 2025, and welcome to a brand new edition of Theme Park Newsroom right here on the Coaster Chall channel. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, welcome to the channel, and welcome to another edition of Theme Park Newsroom, bringing you the latest news and speculation from the world of theme parks across the globe. Hope you guys enjoyed the first episode. If you haven't, go and check it out already. It's on our brand new Theme Park Newsroom 2025 playlist that we've just set up on the channel. If you are new around here, make sure you do like the content, subscribe if you're new around here. We're on the road to 3,000 subscribers on this channel and 1 million views, which is just going to be unbelievable, especially with the restart of Coaster Chall. And make sure you do hit the notification bell so you never miss another video. It will not just be news updates. We're going to be going to Alton Towers in the next few weeks. We're going to be checking out all of the updates over there in CBeebies Land, checking out the Sky Ride now it's been opened again, and we're going to be checking out more stuff than that. So make sure you do check all the content out when it comes out. I've got some more stuff coming as well in terms of not just long form content but shorts as well to give you some theme park education while we wait for the big videos. And for now, let's get straight into today's Theme Park Newsroom update. We've got, again, 3 massive stories. We're going to check it all out. I'm going to start here in the UK with Paultons Park. Now, Paultons Park, we know the story of Paultons Park. They've been growing year on year as a theme park, as a resort, almost as a destination. They're kind of missing that on-site hotel to become a resort, but they're doing everything right to be one of, if not arguably the best theme parks in this country. We've seen the progress the park has made, and this progress is going to keep sort of going upwards and upwards with the addition of this brand new themed area. Now, we have spoken to Paultons Hoot as part of this. We're going to share his pictures, share his stuff from the construction site as we talk about this. We get his thoughts on it as well. But before we go into all of the latest construction updates, let's talk about the area itself, because it's the first time we've covered this brand new area on the channel. So let's give you all the juicy details. Paultons Park will be unveiling Valgard, Realm of the Vikings in spring 2026, marking the most significant expansion to date with a £12 million investment, which is a heck of a lot of money. And now this immersive Viking themed area will be introducing several new rising attractions and experiences, which is set to enhance the park's appeal to families and thrill seekers alike. Many of you are thinking, where's this going to go? Well, this is going to go in the plot of land towards the back of the park, where Cobra is, where the Edge currently sits, where the Drop Tower Magma is currently, where the go-karts used to be, and of course you have these other little children's rides around as well. That whole area is getting transformed into the Realm of the Vikings, into Valgard. Now, most of you are thinking, what is the future of Edge and Magma? Now, I'm not 100% sure on the future of the Edge ride, but Magma, from what we can tell, is set for a permanent closure, or slated for a permanent closure, and the ride is expected to be reportedly relocated to an unspecified location. So that's a ride relocation to keep your eyes peeled on. The Edge, we're not 100% sure, but Magma is potentially slated for a closure and relocation. So then, what are the rising attractions in this brand new area? Well, we've got Draken, which is the signature attraction. It's a Gerstlauer Eurofighter, of course similar to Soar the Ride at Thorpe Park Resort, Speed at Oakwood Theme Park. You've got Rage at Adventure Island in Southend-on-Sea. So you've got plenty of examples here in the UK. But this is a brand new Gerstlauer Eurofighter with the modern Gerstlauer track named Drakon. And I love the name Drakon. Very intimidating, very animalistic. And this is going to be a wonderful signature centerpiece to the area. Now, this will feature a vertical lift hill 2 inversions, including the UK's first zero-G stall, and a compact yet intense layout designed for thrill enthusiasts. So I can't wait to experience Drakon in 2026. There is also another coaster in the land, and that is the revamp of the current Cobra Gerstlauer bobsled coaster from 2006, and it's going to be renamed into Raven, and it will be rethemed to fit the Viking narrative, offering a bobsled style experience through Nordic landscapes. Now, there is also a brand new thrill ride in this particular section, and it's known as the Vild Swing. It's manufactured by ART Engineering. I believe it's the first of its kind in the country, and it's a swinging flat ride that will propel riders 12 meters into the air, providing exhilarating views and sensations. And like I said, it's pretty much, as far as I'm aware, the first of its kind in the country. So it's nice that Paultons Park can get a unique flat ride experience into this particular park, and I think they're really utilising that to its advantage as a selling point. Now, of course, as well as all the rides and attractions, all the excitement in the area, you've got a high-capacity dining restaurant with Viking-inspired decor, offering a variety of meals for guests. You've also got new playgrounds designed for the younger Vikings, ensuring family-friendly experiences. Altogether, complements this brand new area, but that is not the end of the story, because in 2027 we're going to have a phase 2, and this is a brand new water attraction from what we can see from the teaser video, and that will be going where the go-karts used to sit. So that's like a phase 2 of the area. Looks like a water attraction from what we can tell, or a water-based attraction, but I can't wait to see what that's going to be, and we'll talk more about that in future episodes of Theme Park Newsroom. Valgard just looks amazing from the concept art. I think that Paultons are onto an absolute winner with this one. I think that they have created something thematic, they've created a cinematic experience with this. If it's anything like the concept art, and we know what Paultons Park's history is with even the smallest details of theming, we've seen it with Peppa Pig World in 2011, with Critter Creek in 2015, Lost Kingdom in 2016, you got Tornado Springs of 2021, we covered that a lot on this channel. If you want to go back and watch the old videos of Tornado Springs, go and check them out, because we covered a lot of the little details in that area, and you know, this is going to be no different. We're going to be bringing you as much coverage as we can of this brand new area of Valgard, Realm of the Vikings. And I knew deep down, and I think a lot of enthusiasts knew deep down, that, and theme park journalists like myself knew deep down, that that kind of area where Cobra is, where Edge is, where Magma is, that was always going to be probably the next area that was going to get a revamp, that was going to get a reimagining, that was going to be themed and really brought to life into a different way to represent the brand new era for Paultons, which was clearly taking place. I mean, you look at Ghostly Manor, which opened this year in 2025, you look at the amount of detail that's gone into that, both inside and outside the attraction and around the attraction. You know, to think that used to be a bunch of 2D buildings themed to a show street or a show plaza, and then a 4D cinema, and that's been transformed into this unique new dark ride experience, this haunting dark ride experience for families and people of all ages. It just looks phenomenal. I've seen the vlogs, I've seen what everyone's been saying since they've been down there. I think it looks phenomenal and fandabidosi, and brilliant work by Paultons Park. We saw it even with the little details at Lost Kingdom, for example, where you get the fence, it's sort of merging into the rock work, and it's not like a clash of two different items to border an attraction. It's really collaging together, and it's not just one material then another material. It merges together and makes it feel like part of the theming and part of the atmosphere. So Paultons do that very little detail extra well, and I expect nothing different with Valgard. Now then, what about the latest construction? Well, this is what's been taking place on site via Paultons Hoot over the last week. The main framework of the new Nordic dining hall is just days away from completion, marking a significant milestone in the development of the area. Now, work has also commenced on transforming the restroom facilities to align with the Viking aesthetic, with wooden textures and traditional designs being incorporated, enhancing the immersiveness of the experience. Now, along with that, the footers for the station have been completed for the area's signature roller coaster Drakon, and construction efforts are now shifting towards preparing for the foundations for the station building, setting the stage for the next phase of the development. Now, I will put some more pictures over your screen. Here is what Paultons Hoot thinks of the realm of the Vikings.
It's going to be obvious that a lot has happened since we last spoke. The biggest thing that's probably happened is that new restaurant building going vertical, and it is probably a couple of days off completion. There's a new pathway going to Cobra. That obviously we used to be able to go down by the go-karts, but that area has been closed off. More photos have obviously happened around where Drakon will be going, and maybe that toilet block near the edge is also got its theming going up now. Also something to note that Cobra does now have scuffling around its station. Obviously we know that that's going to be rethemed. Obviously with the promotional art that they have released, there is no Magma, and it is confirmed to be leaving the park. However, it is staying in the UK, which is quite exciting. I have nothing on that where it possibly could be going. My opinion is probably something like Hailing Island, because they have got the old dragon ride. Anyway, moving on to the Edge's future, I think it's going to be staying there, because on the concept art you can still see that kind of archway going underneath Cobra, which is still there, and obviously going to retheme that. But obviously Edge isn't going to be in the area. They have told us that, but obviously it will still be there. There's no point in moving it just because it's not in the area. It's just not classified as in the area. I'm gonna keep it simple. We absolutely love Valgard. We love that they went for Gerstlauer so they could create that amazing element going under and then over Cobra's first drop. It's absolutely amazing to see. We love the whole land, how they've got that new wild swing model of a ride. We love that. The restaurant's massive. Going on to that 2027 ride, we're expecting it to be a Mack water coaster, seeming as it's something to do with water, and us seeing Mack pins for the bases of the supports and concrete structure. I don't know if that is confirming that it is a Mack water coaster, but it's definitely leaning towards that. I mean, definitely in the next coming weeks we're going to see more progression on that restaurant Cobra's station. There'll be more footers coming in, and speaking in terms of like the months, I'm pretty sure we're going to be seeing that vertical construction in September. Speaking to project managers and Lawrence and them, it's leaning towards it's going to be a September vertical, when in September it will arrive, and then November it will go vertical, which is very exciting. Thank you so much for having us in your video today, man. Means the world to us.
A massive thank you there to Paultons Hoot for sharing his thoughts on this brand new addition, this brand new area for the new attraction and for the new attractions in general. I think Paultons Park are onto an absolute winner, and this is just going to be a world-class area for one of the best parks in this country. Now then, let's move on to our second story, and this is from Six Flags Over Texas. Now, this is on their brand new record-breaking roller coaster set to open in 2026. Now, again, we've not talked much about this on this channel. We have talked about it on other channels before as well. And this is, and we'll provide more details on it to sort of give you an understanding of what it is, going to be an absolute show stealer of an attraction. Now, for those of you who don't know, the park's Larson Superloop El Diablo and the long-standing bobsled avalanche-style roller coaster known as La Vibora, which has been a staple of the park since the late 80s, have both been demolished, they've both been removed, and it's being replaced by a record-breaking thrill coaster. This coaster is set to debut and it's expected to be the world's first potential Giga Dive coaster, surpassing the 300-foot mark. The current tallest dive coaster, Yukon Striker at Canada's Wonderland, stands at 223 feet. The forthcoming coaster over Texas is anticipated to reach a height of 309 feet, making it also the 5th tallest operating roller coaster across the world upon its opening. Now then, the latest construction says that the additional track segments have arrived via photos from JB Thrills, so shout out to JB Thrills, credit goes to him. I'll link his page in the description down below. But additional track segments have arrived on site over the last week or two, and the track photos from JB Thrills reveal sections featuring 10 bolt configurations, indicating a wider track design compared to the 6-bolt configuration used on Wrath of Rakshasa, which is the brand new dive coaster which opened this year over at Six Flags Great America, and this accommodates 7 riders per row. So is this indicating that this potential new project for over Texas could be an 8 to 10 wide row dive coaster, similar to the levels of a Shikra or a Griffin or even an Oblivion at Alton Towers? Is it that kind of, is it going to be the modern variation of the big ginormous Colossus dive coasters? We'll have to wait and see. This is going to be a mammoth of a coaster. This is going to be a huge project for the park. It's going to be a real standout for the States, a real standout for world coaster domination. And I do feel as if this is going to be an all-round fantastic project. Name and theme wise, I may go over that in a future episode of the show as we get closer and closer to finding out exactly what the name and theme could be. But we'll talk more about that in the future. But overall, for this project, for the construction, for the track starting to appear on site, I for one cannot wait for that one. Now then, the final update today comes from Universal Studios Orlando, Florida. And this has been taking place over the last 48 to 72 hours. And that is the reimagined and revamped closing date for one of its most iconic attractions of the modern era, the Hollywood Rip Ride Rockit. Now, originally it was set to close in September. It's now closing on the 18th of August 2025. That is when you get your last rides in by. This is to make way for a brand new experience, and Universal has not yet disclosed specific details about the new attraction that will replace the Rip Ride Rockit. However, permits filed earlier this year indicates plans for a new multi-launch roller coaster, potentially from Intamin, the manufacturer behind coasters such as Velocicoaster at Islands of Adventure, and I think Intamin would make the most sense for a replacement ride. Now, Universal has released Farewell Tour 2025 merchandise for the Rip Ride Rockit, including t-shirts and commemorative magnets to mark the closure of the attraction. But what was the Rip Ride Rockit? Well, that was a Mara AG X-Car music roller coaster, and the whole theme of the experience designed by Universal Creative, a construction cost of $45 million. There were some unique features about this particular coaster. You could choose from a selection of songs, including My Chemical Romance, ABBA, Shania Twain, Kendrick Lamar, Darude, Sandstorm. Anyone who was in the dance era of the 90s and early 2000s, they just know that song. Each stadium style seat on the coaster cart is equipped with cameras to record the ride experience, synchronized with the selected music, with videos available to purchase post-ride. And the trains also featured dynamic, color-changing LED lights for enhanced visual appeal. So Hollywood Rip Ride Rockit is no more after the 18th of August 2025. If you want to get your tickets for Universal Studios Orlando, check the description below. I've also reached out to the park for a potential interview on this channel in the future. We wait to hear from the park on that one, and we'll try and get some more understanding of the situation, try and get their memories of creating this Rip Ride Rockit, opening it up, and the memories it's going to leave behind from the past era of the Studios Orlando Park. But from my perspective, from my thoughts on this, I think it's a sad loss to the theme park world. I do, and yes, it's had its modification problems. Yes, it's had its bad reviews, its good reviews. But whatever the cost, it's been a part of my theme park life for the majority of my life, pretty much. And you know, I'm a 2000 baby, so you know, with this opening in the early thousands or mid to late thousands, it's been a part of my life for quite a long time, and it's hard to imagine a theme park world without a ride such as the Rip Ride Rockit. Do you remember the campaign with the rock star, and you know, the promotional campaign around the fictional rock character that it's basing this off, and you know, some of the early inspiration behind this attraction? And it's going to be a really sad loss. I think it's a decent looking coaster. I never got the chance to experience it. I'll never get the chance to experience it, but I am going to miss this. I am going to miss this ride. It is a sad loss for the community, but here's hoping for something better. We don't know what's going to come in its place yet. The rumour is Intamin. We have no idea as of yet officially, can't confirm or deny officially anything to do with the park side of it or anything side of it, but we will keep our eyes peeled. But for now, let's just sit back and just enjoy the final kind of few weeks of the Rip Ride Rockit adventure, really, or the experience. So thank you all very, very much for watching this episode of Theme Park Newsroom. Make sure you stay tuned. Plenty more episodes to come over the next few weeks, including a very special early Halloween-based one. I've kind of set it aside sort of for a specific couple of days, in a few days' time, or nearly a week's time, where we're going to be doing a sort of early Halloween episode where we're going to talk about 3 different events, because there's a special surprise for that particular episode that I've been teased by one of the events. So stay tuned for that one, because that one's going to be a very exciting raw reaction type of episode. But thank you all very, very much. Stay tuned for the next episode, which is tomorrow, where we're going to go through 3 more stories in the world of theme parks. Thank you very much. I am the CHALL Tarafa now, and that is the end of your theme park experience.